Have you ever paused long enough to actually celebrate how far you've come in your life? I mean, I don't mean the big milestones, but even the quiet moments, like where you've just grown, you've healed, those moments in our lives that nobody saw. Because honestly, if you're anything like me or most women I know, we just move on to the next thing without honoring the journey that we've been on and what got us here. So today, we're gonna do something different. Today, we're gonna celebrate you. So this feels really special because it's not about pushing forward, and it's not about fixing anything, and it's certainly not about trying to improve ourselves. We're just simply pausing to honor and acknowledge where we are, how far we've come, and to say, this moment in my life matters. So if you look back, you know that you've shown up for yourself in ways that maybe no one ever fully really understands, maybe not even yourself. But you reflected, you've stretched, you've grown, and even if the whole picture isn't fully visible yet or realized, something inside of you has shifted, and that deserves recognition. To just pause long enough to say, wow, this matters, look at what I've done. Because honestly, celebration isn't selfish. It's an essential part of our growth. And it took me a long time to figure that out. I think most women were never taught how to celebrate ourselves. We're taught how to stay humble and how to keep going and never stop, right? We're taught, to stay small and don't make it about us, but to acknowledge our own growth. If we don't do that, it's like we disconnect from the power we've created. And the celebration is what seals the deal. It's like telling our mind and body, this version of me is real now. And without that moment of recognition, it's just like we're gonna slip back into our old patterns or our old selves. So we need to take that moment to move forward with our own change and our own growth. So let's just stop for a second. Instead of thinking about your growth, I want you to think about a celebration just for you. It doesn't have to be complicated. You're not going to make any big deal. It just needs to be meaningful to you. And you can start simple. You could light a candle and sit in stillness and be proud of yourself. You could write a letter of admiration and gratitude to your former self and how far you've gotten. Or take a walk around the neighborhood with pride and reflect on your growth. Or just say it out loud. Girl, I am proud of you. And let yourself hear it. Hear the words. Or maybe you create a special day of self-appreciation where you just slow down and honor yourself, even in simple ways. And as you do this, ask yourself, who was I when I started this journey? And who am I becoming now? What have I released? What have I stepped into? And don't rush this part. Don't just push past it. Don't minimalize it. I'm the worst about that. You need to stop and let yourself feel it. You have come further than you think, and you deserve to be proud of yourself, because this moment right here, this is where your new life begins. Not someday, not when everything's perfect, because it never is. Okay, it's right now. This is your new year. A quiet, powerful beginning. And you get to decide how you want to live, how you want to feel, and what kind of woman you're becoming. And there's something so powerful about choosing to mark this moment and saying, I'm not who I was, and I am honoring this woman I'm becoming. Because this, my friend, is the chapter where you begin living as your highest, most aligned self. So mark the date and remember this moment. This is a turning point in the story of you. I want to share a story of a moment like this for me. There was years ago, I was at a conference by myself, and I just happened to be walking along, and I was walking through a park. It was the middle of summer. It was a beautiful day. The sun was shining. I was in a great mood, and I saw this sign. There was no one around, and it said, no drinking beyond this point. Completely random, out of nowhere, but something like a lightning bolt hit me. And I realized in that moment, oh my gosh, it had been exactly 1 year to the day that I had made the choice to stop drinking. And when I did it initially, I was just trying to be healthy, right? And get healthy in my life and my body. But as time went by, I didn't realize what I had done. And in that moment, I was like, wow, holy cow, look what I've done. I did this. And I acknowledged it. I took a moment and I took a little selfie and I posted it. It was like, woohoo, you know, and I don't know if anybody looked at it, and it doesn't really matter. But that acknowledgement, that moment of celebration for myself, it just marked something in the calendar of my mind forever, that I was like, look at what I've done. And I was able to move forward. And when I think about that moment, it really, it gets to me, because I'm like, if I hadn't stopped and had that realization and had that moment of self-celebration, how easy would it have been for me to just slip back into my old ways, not acknowledging what I had done? And that was my journey, and that was pretty big. That was pretty big for me, and it was a big milestone. But it doesn't have to be huge. It could be something small. It can just be you're in the middle of the muck and you're like, dadgum, girl, look at how much you've gotten through so far, right? Whatever that journey is. It could be something, a goal that you've worked towards, and see how far you've come. And we're all in the middle of our journey somewhere. Our story is always somewhere in the middle, right? But looking back and noticing and reflecting and celebrating your journey, that moment of recognition and celebration is so significant, because that sets a wow, look at what I've done, and then we move forward from there. So make sure you're doing that for yourself. So if you do feel like something is stirring up inside of you and you realize you have a wow moment, or you're in the middle of your journey, or you've had a small shift, or maybe you just have this beginning desire for something more, well, girlfriend, I want to invite you to something special. I created a private Facebook group called the Live Better Sisterhood. And it's just for women who are choosing to grow and live better and want to have a safe space where we can come together and support each other. For women who want to thrive rather than survive, and we can share our stories and feel inspired and build each other up and create community. These are real women who are just trying to make connection with other women in real conversation. It's a space where you can be seen and heard and supported, and where you can share your story, because your story matters. We're a sisterhood. We're all connected, and you don't have to do this alone. This is the space where we are all connected. And I want to share something with you I am so excited about. That is the next chapter of the Live Better Sisterhood. Okay, you're my accountability partner. We are expanding. I am creating a podcast, and I want it to feel like we're sitting in the room, just a few of us, a small circle of women, having one of those really real conversations that we don't have often enough. You know, the honest ones where we open up and we talk about the ick and the starting over and the loss and reinvention and our confidence and our healing and our joy and the good stuff and the hard stuff and the icky stuff and everything in between. And you're going to hear real stories of everyday women just like you, who made brave choices and who faced their challenges and who decided at some point, I want to live better than this. And they did. Not perfectly, because, come on, we're not perfect, but powerfully. And if you listen, you may hear little pieces of your own story. And then you can realize, if she can do it, so can I. So stay close, because I'm really excited about this. I believe like something so meaningful is happening, and I would love for you to be a part of the journey from the very beginning. So today, before you rush off into your day, I want you to pause and take a breath and celebrate your growth from right this moment. Look back, because the life you're building, the woman you're becoming, she's worth honoring. And find your sisterhood. Find our group, the Live Better Sisterhood, and join us, and definitely live better.